Hello, greetings to you wherever you are watching me from. So, about 3 or 4 weeks back, I created this buttercream drip cake for my youngest brother who turned 32. As you saw earlier, I secured the cake card on the cake drum using a double-sided tape, and I've now proceeded to placing my 7 inches cake card on top of my 12 inches black masonite cake drum, and then now layering my cake tiers. This is 7 inches in diameter red velvet cake layers, delicious red velvet cake layers, by the way. I'm layering them and then filling them up with delicious homemade vanilla flavored buttercream. As that's just what I'm doing. I'm just applying a reasonable portion of buttercream in between the layers and smoothing them out, then placing the next layer on top. I think there were about, in total, about 6 layers or 7 layers of red velvet cake layers or red velvet cake sponges, which I layered together. And now, as you can see, I have now proceeded to trimming the cake, the completed layered cake. This is to remove any bulges. I just want to have a smooth side, so I'm not trying to get a perfect trimming. I just want to have a proper smooth and even size for my cake layers. As that's completed, I'm satisfied with the result. I have now proceeded to crumb coating my cake. This is to seal in the crumbs that would have been around in the course of the trimming. So this ensures that all crumbs are sealed in. It's just a thin layer of buttercream being applied at this stage. After applying the layers, the buttercream, I placed the cake in the fridge for about between 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. You can actually place it in the freezer for about 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes, just to make sure that at the touch that it's not dipped. I mean, your finger does not dip into the buttercream. That means it is set. Effectively to set the buttercream. And as I've now brought out my cake from the fridge and now applied a second 7 inches cake card on top of my cake. This 7 inches cake card I covered it with clean film and then placed it on top of my cake. This is because I wanted to have this equal smoothing around my cake, so the bottom card is in line with the top card. So when I'm smoothing out with my metal spatula, I'm having a smooth finish around it all around. So that's effectively what I'm doing. I've now proceeded to applying the buttercream I need for the decoration of the cake in a generous format. I'm applying it generously onto my cake sides and then using my straight metal scraper to smooth out any excess, using those 2 cards at the bottom and the top of my cake as a guide. So if there is any dip anywhere I need to fill up, I then use my offset spatula to apply more buttercream, fill up those gaps, and then use my straight metal scraper to scrape off the excess. So that's basically what I'm doing at this stage. Once I am satisfied with the smooth sides of my cake, I then place my cake in the freezer or fridge, whichever one is preference to you, or however time you have to allow it to set again. Now I have now removed that top cake card from the top of my cake and then applied buttercream on the top of my cake to decorate that side. Of course, then proceeded to using my my straight metal scraper to scrape off the excess. Again, I placed it back. When I was putting that buttercream at the top, I left some lip. So I placed it back in the fridge or freezer and then brought it back again and then used a smaller spatula. You can use a paring knife if you want to cut off the lip. That time it's a bit hard. You just cut off the lip of that buttercream to give it that sharp edge finish. Now I've proceeded to create making chocolate ganache drip. I'm using milk chocolate ganache this time around. It's just 2 ingredients required: 100 grams of milk chocolate ganache and 60 ml of double cream. Heat it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and allow it to melt, and that's it. So I poured it in a piping tip, just cut a little bit off the piping tip, and now I am dripping on the edges of the top of my cake to create that a drip on the edge, from the edges of my cake towards the sides of my cake. I'm now using my small offset spatula to smooth out the top to have a smoother finish. Now I've now proceeded to pipe in some buttercream rosettes on top of my cake, like so, trying to have as equal measurement as possible on all piping segments or pipe segments. Yes, now I've now proceeded to applying sprinkles to decorate. This one, there's no specific guide I'm going for. I'm just following the flow. You see, applying as I feel, applying sprinkles to beautify the cake, effectively. So that's basically what I'm doing at this stage. Yes, I've now got another brown sprinkle to apply to the sides and the top of the cake, and in effect to create some sort of brown dot around my cake. Now this is edible glitter, silver glitter, which I applied onto the cake, and then I made this little number 32 cake toppers, mini number 22 cake toppers. 32 cake toppers, which I cut at least, I think I cut about 24. So I've now applied them on the sides of my cake. This is actually the design my younger brother's girlfriend wanted. And now, as I said earlier, I was now applying these brown sprinkles onto the sides of the cake to create some sort of dots. Piping dot. It's not pipe. It's just thrown sprinkles all over. It just thrown sprinkles all over the sides of the cake. Yep, that's the cake almost done. And then I will at this stage now it's almost done. I've now applied more sprinkles, edible glitter, onto my cake, cleaned the sides as best as I can, and then now proceeded to applying the personalized cake topper, which I created myself, by the way, and it's a theme again by my brother's girlfriend. Someone's falling off the calendar. I've never heard of that before, but yeah, that's what she wanted. Someone's falling off the calendar. That's he's now 32, and so there is no 32 in the calendar, so he's now falling off the calendar, so to speak. So that's the finished cake. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment. I'd love to read your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.